Welcome back to the channel. My name is Chris and I am a gorilla in the wrist. Today we are looking at this remarkably summery North Edge X1 digital watch and asking the question, can I really recommend something that's this white? Let's find out, shall we? So today we're looking at this North Edge X1 digital watch, which came in this nice packaging apart from slight boxing. I picked this one up on AliExpress for about £11, which seemed very, very good value for a digital watch. It comes in two other colour sets, which I think are probably more traditional digital watch territory. I will pick them up so you can see them. But I saw this one and thought that one looks summery. And I thought I would give it a go. So we're going to do a quick walk around the watch. I think the first thing first observation about it, apart from boy is it colourful, boy is it white. It's very rare to get something that's whiter than my white leather gloves. But this one does that comfortably. It kind of has a sort of Casio G-Shock shape, and for anybody who doesn't believe me, let's do a bit of a side-by-side. I think that's probably fairly safe to say that's a Casio G-Square type size. It's certainly the same width, so across the dial this one is 43mm. This is a little bit taller. I think it's sort of a couple of millimeters either side at top and bottom taller, but clearly there's a bit of inspiration for the case shape from there. The lug to lug, because it is sort of a relatively tall watch, the lug to lug on this is about 47mm, but actually perfectly wearable. In terms of the thickness, it's 13mm thick. It's incredibly light, so this weighs in at a mere 43 grams. It's very, very light indeed. Clearly it's not sapphire crystal, so it sort of has a resin type case. The band is what I would refer to as very white, very, very white. But this is made of something called TPU, which I'd not come across before, which is thermoplastic polyurethane. And I did a bit of digging into this, and this is quite interesting. Apart from being really flexible, it's really nice. It is very soft. TPU is remarkably durable. I mean, really properly durable. It is flexible. And the other thing that's really interesting at this price point is the fact that it is hypoallergenic by nature, and therefore pretty easy and pretty good on the skin. If you've got delicate skin, this is a very useful watch for that. There's no branding on the buckle itself. The watch itself, in terms of sort of basic functionality, so we have a mode button on the bottom left hand side, but we have a single alarm that works perfectly well. I've tried it out a few times. We have a 1/100th of a second stopwatch. Again, works absolutely fine, no problems at all. We have dual time, again, a useful feature. And we have a 24-hour countdown timer. Again, really useful, exactly what you kind of expect. Just reset it, and then back to the time. And in terms of what you get on the main dial itself, we have the day, the date in the top window, and then we have the 24 hours, time, hours, minutes and seconds. The case itself is made of something called ABS plastic, which again has a bit of a reputation for being quite robust and reliable. We have a stainless steel back case. We have the X1 logo on it, a bit of a spec sheet on there, and it does tell you what battery you need. Now, I think that's a really good thing to put on the back. Of all the things you need to know, what battery have I got to go out and buy? I think that's a really good idea. And also, I think kudos to having those easily removable, in order that you can take this watch off of the strap and put it onto a different strap if you wanted to. I can't imagine why you want to, but you can if you want. Maybe a canvas strap, possibly. But that's quite impressive. And that's it. There's not a huge there's not a huge amount to tell on this one. So that's the basic features, functionality, and the size. Let's get into likes and dislikes. So let's start off with my gripes about this one, and there's not a huge number. I would start off with, as a summer watch, I kind of expect this to be something you would wear at the beach or by the swimming pool. And it only has 50 metres of water resistance, so I'm not sure how good it would be as a beach watch. And that is a little bit disappointing. The second thing I'm not a huge fan of is just the sort of plastic finishing. So however they've chosen to mould this one, just feels a bit kind of clunky. The bezel kind of sits on, there's no sort of safe transition between them at all. It just looks a bit, well, extra plasticky, I guess. And I know that other plastic watches don't look quite as plastic, which sounds ridiculous even as I'm saying it. And then my final gripe is that I suspect this will discolour. You'll need to be very careful with it. I suspect over time, and I think because it's very, very white, I think any sort of discoloration is likely to be incredibly noticeable, and therefore you just need to be mindful of that. But that's it for the dislikes. In terms of the likes, I'll start off with glaringly obvious. It is very summery. I mean, it is quite a joyful watch to sort of sling on your wrist. It depends on your personality if you think you can carry it off. I've been trying all week to carry it off. I'm not quite sure I have the sunny personality to pull it off. But it is fun. It's that colour scheme is really nice, and it might not be coming across on the camera. I hope it is, but it is very, very blindingly. The only way is Essex teeth white type of white, but it's very distinctive. I do really enjoy the colour scheme. The second bit is that actually for this price it has pretty decent functionality. So it has most of the functionality you would see on the sort of lower end Casios. It's got dual time stopwatch, alarm, it's got a countdown timer, but it does have an electro backlight to it that works particularly well, and it's perfectly visible at night. So I have worn this one to bed a couple of times. Not sure how wise an idea that was, because it does glow like a thingamajig. But it is fun. It's definitely a good fun watch to wear, and I think for 11 quid, I think that's pretty good. I have had North Edge watches before and really enjoyed them. I had the Mars one, which was red and massive and a lot of fun. And this one I think is another good one. So let's give you my final thoughts on this one. So I started off with the question, could I really recommend a watch that's this white and this summery? And I've gone backwards all week. I've gone backwards and forwards on this, thinking, yes I can, no I can't, yes I can, no I can't. And I'll tell you what's kind of driving that. And it's one of the gripes which was around the water resistance. So I really think this sort of colour scheme digital watch is sort of perfect summer holiday wear. Sling it on your wrist, go to the beach, sit by the pool, and I'm not convinced at 50 metres how comfortable I would be with that. So I think for me, I've been kind of veering backwards and forwards. I think you could go on eBay and pick up a Casio Baby G which has bright summer colours, really bright summer colours. But you would be buying that in the knowledge that the watch would last decades, because we sell them. We sell used watches, and I've sold a lot of Casio Baby Gs all the way back to 1994, and they are fantastically durable. This appears durable, I'm just not convinced because of the water resistance, which is actually a real shame because it is fun. So maybe the answer is it's fine to buy, just don't wear it at a beach, or don't wear it by a swimming pool. It can still be a fun summer watch, as I've really enjoyed it. And I think at this price, it's hard not to recommend it. As I say, the only real alternative I would give to this as a summer watch would be to go and get a second-hand Baby G. Or even a G-Shock. You can pick them up for sort of 10-15 quid on eBay. But that doesn't take away from the fact that this is a really decent watch, and I've been quite impressed with it. That's it for today. The sun is out, but it's been miserable for most of the day, and it's not very warm for July. Hope it's better wherever you are. I hope you enjoyed this. Thanks for sticking through to the end. If you enjoyed it, please like and subscribe. Please leave comments. We have a lot more to come. I have a whole slew of AliExpress watches coming through, and at some point over the next week I will start doing the review of the Hamilton. I think you might enjoy that. I've kind of taken it off the bracelet and put it on a nice brown leather strap, and there is a Vario strap on the way, which I think will just add a really nice finishing touch. But that's it for me. Have a wonderful weekend. Take care. Speak to you again soon. I hope to see you back soon. Take care. Bye bye.